Good evening. The border city got treated to a special Christmas play this week with an Aboriginal twist. The Saskatchewan Native Theatre Company put on their first ever Cree play in Lloydminster, and it gave some local students a chance to learn more about Aboriginal culture. Bart Pediasic reports.
The Vic Juba Theatre slowly filled up with students and teachers as they got an opportunity to catch some Aboriginal culture in a unique way.
Give me your purse now.
That's not a purse, it's a pouch. A medicine pouch.
The play by Saskatchewan Native Theatre Group revolves around three grandmothers living on a fictional northern reserve as they pass on a heartwarming message through humor.
So this year, Zula Marasti, one of the grandmothers, is wanting to bring her son and his family from the city to come to the reserve for Christmas, but they can't afford to do that.
This is the 9th installment of the play series, and the Saskatoon company says they've been putting it on for more than 10 years. Recently, they've made more of an effort to add more Aboriginal language and culture to the work.
The last 2 years, we've been increasing the Cree language content in the play, and this year about a quarter of the play is in Cree.
This is the first time the play company has come to the border city, and were brought in a joint effort by Holy Rosary High School, Lakeland College, and the Friendship Center. Some local teachers didn't miss out on the opportunity to teach their kids a little bit more about Cree culture.
They're here to learn about Aboriginal culture and get a better appreciation for some local artistic talent.
It's kind of a Christmas tradition in Saskatoon, so we're happy to bring it to Lloydminster.
The play, along with a tea and bannock lunch, were all free, but donations were accepted to the Olive Tree Soup Kitchen.
By the power of the cougar!
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
It was a busy year for our region. The MLA for Bonnyville-Cold Lake sat down with our reporter Fraser Snowden to discuss the highlights and challenges from this year.
The Bonnyville-Cold Lake riding has been quite busy throughout the year 2013. This includes helping set up housing on the Elizabeth Métis settlement through Habitat for Humanity. I had a chance to sit down with the MLA for Bonnyville-Cold Lake, Genia, Leskiw.
Well, one of my little pet projects that I worked on since the first day I got elected was trying to get rid of the PAT exams, and I was happy that the government, after 4 years of me promoting it, that they've actually are replacing the old PAT exams with a new model of assessment that is definitely going to be more children-friendly. It's going to be more useful. It's a tool that teachers, educators, and parents will be able to see where their child is at and what needs to be done to help the child improve. So I'm very, very proud of that. That occurred. The final mile definitely is great. That 98% of the Alberta's area is going to have internet service, and especially for our area, between St. Paul, Lac-La-Biche, and Bonnyville, 28 towers are going to be built, which is fantastic, especially our world is shrinking and it's becoming smaller and smaller all the time. And this is great for business owners, students, from an educational standpoint, just on everything. The final mile is definitely a great Christmas present to be given to this area, and they're predicting that by March those towers are going to be up and running. Of course, Habitats for Humanity, the government's investment with the City of Cold Lake and helping also the Elizabeth settlement to get those two projects done. In Elizabeth just the other day, 8 families with 25 children are going to have homes and equity in their own homes, and the money, the equity that they get, Habitats for Humanity will turn around and be building more. The Métis Council has said that they're planning to build another 100 of Habitat for Humanity across the 8 settlements, which is great news for the Métis population. The unit in Cold Lake is fabulous. I don't know where to continue on, but
Well, what were some challenges that the area around Bonneville Cold Lake
I think the
faced?
greatest area challenges here is the energy sector. It's like a double-edged sword. It's great for job opportunities, economic growth, but at the same time, with those economic growth, creates great challenges, like in the housing sector, like in the employment sector, like our Highway 28 definitely needs to be worked on. That's our lifeline to this area. Just like Highway 63 is the lifeline to Fort McMurray, Highway 28, something desperately has to be done there. That's definitely on one of my top priority lists. Another challenge is here we need new schools. Working very, very hard on trying to get a new elementary school for Cold Lake. I know Notre Dame High has been on the modernization list for years. So those are some of the housing. People, it's expensive for people to live here. And we have to think of a solution to help employers and employees to make this area a great place to work, live, and raise a family. And right now it's expensive. Housing is an issue, especially for our people that are on fixed income.
What would you say is, that's a lot of stuff for sure, what would you say is something that Albertans in this area can look forward to for next year?
Well, I'm hoping on my bucket list of to-do list is definitely a new elementary school in Cold Lake. That definitely is on my bucket list. Resolving the whole regional water issue, at least getting it closer to seeing an end to the tunnel. That's definitely hoping that the CRIS report will materialize, and that the government will listen to our municipal leaders here who understand what the needs are in this area and work with them. And so I'm hoping that is. Of course, in Bonneville, a key issue is maintaining the regional lab, and we're still working on that with Mayor Sobolewski and the Covenant Health and with Alberta Health Services, hoping to resolve that situation. Cold Lake, shortage of nurses, especially in the maternity wing. So there's a lot to be done, and they're on my priority list of working and letting the government know what our issues are, and I'll be in their face every day until some of these issues that are important to the people in this area are resolved.
That's quite the list. Now, what do you have to say for holiday wishes to your constituents?
Wishing everybody a very, very Merry Christmas, good health, and hope the future is bright. So for my family to everyone else's family in this area, all the best that we can provide, and God bless everyone.
That was Genia Leskiw, the MLA for Bonneville Cold Lake.